Sir joined us.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Sir has joined. Okay. It is indeed our pleasure to welcome Mr. Anshuman Yadav. Sir is currently on behalf of the entire team of Lex Templum. The aim behind conducting this session is to give you an insight about how to crack PSU interview and an insight about judiciary also. Sir is currently working as a civil judge, junior division in UP Judicial Services. Sir cracked judicial services back in 2000, and Sir has also secured All India rank 36 in CLAT PG 2018 and rank 55 in UP PCS J in 2018. Sir has also served as an ex-assistant legal advisor at ONGC. So, sir, I welcome you again, and it is indeed a pleasure to have you today. Your experience will help all the students here in their future endeavors. So
thank you, Yuvakshi. Thank you for inviting me here to discuss with all these members who have joined it. Good evening, everyone. I am Anshuman Yadav. I'm currently posted as Civil Judge Junior Division in Uttar Pradesh, Ayodhya. And I am a 2018 batch Judicial Officer of UP Judicial Service. And let me briefly introduce myself. Before joining in Uttar Pradesh Judicial Services, I passed out my law from Banaras Hindu University in 2017. And after that, I joined South Asian University in New Delhi for my LLM course in International Legal Studies. But I left that course in 2018, and then I appeared in the CLAT 2018 PG. And I got 36th rank in CLAT, and after that I appeared for the interview of the Oil and Natural Gas Corporation in ONGC, and in which I was selected as Assistant Legal Advisor. And there I again joined in Tripura, Agartala as ALA. After this, I served for almost 1 year in ONGC, and after serving almost for 1 year, I again joined in UP Judicial Services in Ayodhya. This is my brief introduction, and today, as Yuvakshi has given a very short time to me to discuss all these things, but I prepared a little bit regarding the things which I have done in past days. So for PSU, when you are appearing in CLAT PG, there are certain things which are very material while you are willing to be in the corporate sector services, like in PSUs. So first is that whenever you secure a good rank for PSU, for CLAT, in CLAT, then you will certainly appear in PSU. So first thing which you will do is that you must apply in the concerned PSU if there is any vacancy. Because what happens, persons already, they just appear in the CLAT, but they do forget in applying for the concerned PSUs. 1 second. So this is the first thing which you will do, and as far as I am aware, for this year only in National Hydropower Corporation NHPC the vacancy is out, but for others I am unaware. Might be there will be some other vacancy in some other PSUs. So first thing you will do, you will just apply for ONGC or for Power Corporation or for any other PSU, whichever is there. After which the thing is there, you secured a good rank, and now your interview part is concerned. So I will basically focus on this part, how you will appear in the interview of the basically in ONGC or any other PSU, because certain some factors are there which are common, and there are so many friends of mine who are in different PSUs, ranging from Power System Corporation of India, Power Grid Corporation, and Coal India. There are so many. So thing is this. How you will prepare for the interview in PSUs. So first thing you will do is that the interview of PSU is very simple. Just take it in your mind. You have to only be as you are, because everybody says so in all the interviews. So simply you just go there, and certainly what happens in all the PSUs, they ask for your introduction part. Like how you will introduce yourself. But what I did, I just skipped a little bit because I directly came onto the interview part and I just left what to study and what not. So I'm sorry for that. And now I will tell you about what you will study in the interview. So certainly for any PSU, you will basically read the labor laws in which all the labor laws are there. Almost brief of every labor law must be prepared. And for this, for Industrial Disputes Act is there, Factory Act is there, the State Compensation Act is there. There are so many acts, but primarily Industrial Disputes Act and Factory Act is very important. For Industrial Dispute Act, you must be ready with strike, retrenchment, layout, closure, arbitration procedure. These are certain important topics and from which the questions will be there in interview. So first thing is be ready with the labor laws. Second thing, if there will be someone who will be preparing for the judicial services, and might be procedure part is important in judicial services, but for PSUs, it is very difficult that they will be asking about the procedural part like CRPC, CPC or evidence like this. So you just be ready with the labor law. Contract. What happens? The first part of the contract means the second part is from indemnity itself. So the second part and first part both are very important, and you must be clear with the basics of contract, not all the case laws like what is indemnity, what is hypothecation, what is pledge, what is agency, different type of agency. These are certain questions which may be asked. Again, another thing is that after contract, this is very basic. Don't go into the depth of the law. Just stick with the basics of contract, like what is a simple contract, what is a agreement. Suppose that if in ONGC enters into any agreement, then what you will be doing in the PSUs, you will be vetting all the legal documents and all. So just simply go with the basic concepts. After that, you will be, I just told about labor law, contract, and again then constitution. This is very important because it is presumed that everybody who has studied law, he just knows constitution. So all the recent developments in Indian constitution as well as all the basic concepts in Indian constitution, like the theme which pervades over the constitution, like social justice, economic justice, political justice, reservation, emergency, parliamentary democracy, separation of power, constitutionalism, rule of law, judicial review, appointment of judges. These are certain questions which are always there. So be ready with those questions. Just simply prepare in a very brief way and in a very simple way. And now, what happens in the interview? I will correlate the questions. They just ask the questions from the recent developments, like privacy issue is there, Aadhaar card issue is there, Sabrimala issue is there, like the right to religious freedom, and then again Uniform Civil Code debate is going on, and Article 370 is there, Article 35A is there. Apart from this, parliamentary discussions, like these are days in which there are certain debates over this also, and one nation, one election. These are certain questions of which you must be aware. And so for this, you should be ready with all the recent developments in law, and for that you may prepare it online or somewhere else because it's very short in nature, and you are not supposed to give all the details. So simply, very simple, you should be ready with the concepts. After this, constitution, contract, and labor laws. You must also prepare for some transfer of property act, things like sale, gift, charge, mortgage. These are certain things which will be useful for you while you will discharge your functions as legal advisor in these corporations. So maybe there would be some question from that. And after this, one very important part is that if you are pursuing LLM or you have already completed your LLM, then might be you would have written your dissertation. So if somebody is specialized in the criminal law and in the LLM, then he may be ready with some questions from the criminal law part also. So basically, the questions will be from these acts. And now, RTI Act is also there, Right to Information Act. There may be some questions because somewhere what happens, these legal advisors are also public information officers in these cases, then there may be some questions. It's a very small act, and you can go through that. And after this, after this, uh, uh, land acquisition act is also important. Some basic things, very basic things, but not in detail. Very basic things. So these are the things which may be important for your purpose in the PSU's interview. So just be ready with all these subjects and all these basic things, and now you work on your particular way how you will present yourself in interview. So now I will come to the interview part, how the interview is being conducted, what will be the board. Basically, I appeared in the ONGC, so my experience is there, and I will be more concerned with the ONGC part. So for ONGC, there will be a five member board, and you will be there. And simply when you will enter, then you will be asked to introduce yourself, and your introduction must be a little bit detailed, like from where you are, and how many siblings you are, and from where you have completed your studies, like graduation, post-graduation, law, all these things, your work experience also, likes and dislikes. And one very much important thing is that sometimes they ask about your strengths, your weakness, your decision making, why you will prefer such type of PSU over other services, because in ONGC or in these power grid, whenever you will be appearing, then there may be question that why not judicial services, or whether you will join judicial services or you will be there in the concerned PSU. So be ready with this question also, why not the judicial services? Especially if you are from the traditional universities, then you must be ready with these questions. Again, after this introduction part and these very starting questions, you may be asked about the questions which I have already discussed regarding concerned subjects, regarding constitution, labor law, contract, transfer of property, and the right to information act, right, RTI Act. So after this, your interview will be over after 15 to 20 minutes, and certainly you'll be happy with that. And then your result will come out, and you will be posted at a place if you are lucky enough to get your selection. And now I will tell you about the post qualification part, like you are now assistant legal advisor or a legal training in the PSU, and now what is the lifestyle, what is the salary structure, what is the work, what are the other things which will be there and which you will be facing. Okay, so for this part, in ONGC, salary is very good. This is the important thing. In fact, salary is very good, and you will be getting almost 75 to 80,000 in hand, and gross salary will be much higher. And after this, there will be certain packages, uh, like your there will be certain packages like after 3 months you will be getting the dress allowance of almost 33 to 34,000 in ONGC I'm talking about. And if you are posted in the northeastern part of India in ONGC, then certainly you will be getting the quarterly travel leave assistance, and you will be getting flights for your visit to your home almost 4 times, I think, if I can recall it. And for your official visits, you will be entitled for all these things. And now, what is the type of work which you will perform in a PSU? Either in the ONGC or in power grid or some sort of. So basically, in ONGC, a legal advisor, uh, regarding different locations, the work is different. So somewhere there may be work which is highly dominated with the land acquisition matters. Somewhere it will be like with the Petroleum and Pipelines Act or something else. So the common thing which will be there is that you will be required to get all the legal documents, like all the contracts, all the short of the documents which ONGC enters with the third party or other party. So you will be there to vet all those documents. You will also be there to examine and suggest or advise regarding all the things which will happen within the departments of ONGC and which are legal in nature. So like suppose that there are so many workers there in a factory or in a site, over a site, and you are just supposed to suggest regarding the timing hours of those workers or working hours of those workers, laws regarding the Factory Act, then these sort of works will be there. So you will be basically dealing with this. And apart from this, regarding RTI, you may be there to you may be there to act as a public information officer also. And what happens? Uh, there is a panel of lawyer in these PSUs. So whatever the cases will come, you are supposed to allot those cases to concerned lawyers. If you think fit that this is the case is a civil matter, then you may allot to a particular advocate who is well versed in the particular field. So allotment of the cases to advocates, keeping the track of all those cases, maintaining the data of the cases, maintaining the status of the cases, how the cases are going on, whether WS has been filed, like a written statement, or if you are plaintiff, then whether plaint has been filed, whether it has been vetted by you, all the things. You will somehow, I will not say supervise, but somehow you will be there for the concerned PSU to act on behalf of that. So this is the basic work which will be done by a legal advisor. Sometimes what happens, suppose that if any case is there against ONGC, or case is instituted by the ONGC or a PSU, then if a judgment is passed and it is against or in favor of, then what will be the further course of action in the concerned matter? It will be also your prerogative to suggest to the higher administration, and they will look into the thing whether it is acceptable to the concerned PSU, or whether they will challenge it. So these are a sort of works which are being performed by the legal advisors. And apart from this, you will be also in a good position to open yourself to the various fields of laws, because the nature of work will be dynamic, and you will feel good there, because some taxation matters will also come, some petroleum matters will come, some right of users matters will come. So all some matters regarding the contract, like damages, claim of the damages, or like Section 56, all these things will be there, and you will be advising for all those acts. So this is the basic work profile which I perceived in ONGC, and with the help of my other friends, I just came to know that what they are doing on other PSUs. So this is the simple thing: how to proceed with the interview, what to study in the interview, what will be the things after your selection, how you will be there, what you will be doing, what is the salary structure. Now I will come to the part job satisfaction, because it is also very important. If somebody has secured a very good rank in CLAT, then he should have a lot of options available to him. So you will be feeling good in PSUs, and it is short of okay. You will enjoy that, and as I have already left that, so there is a little bit lack of time, so I cannot recall all those things, because I have scarcity of time before this meeting. But if somebody is also interesting, then I can give them details of all the things. If somebody is ready to prepare regarding other services, or regarding some admission anywhere else, then I will be available to you guys also. So with this, I will now suggest you to open the session for questions. Like I have, yes. So now I will go with the questions part in the comment section.
Before that, there are certain general concerns of the students. Like one is
Yeah,
already
yes.
told how to crack PSU interview, what are the techniques and strategies a student can should adopt to crack the interview. So, what are the parameters on which a PSU select any candidate? Like, what are the specific
Okay.
qualities the interview will be seeing in a student before selecting him?
Okay. So basically, your All India rank in CLAT, uh, and so on the basis of your rank, you will be called in the interview, and like ONGC, because I appeared only in the ONGC, the interview is of 20 marks, and I think 9 marks are required to qualify, otherwise you will be disqualified. So basically, they look at what your personality is, whether you will be fit there or not. like you must be well versed with all those things which I have already mentioned, like labor laws, like contractual part, so that you can perform the function efficiently. So if you are well enough to grasp all these things and to just project or present yourself in a good manner in the interview, then interview part is not that much difficult as the examination, the written examination itself. Yeah.
So another question is whether it is possible to crack judiciary while working in a PSU as you.
Yeah. I
So
will I will
what
come on to this
are
part
the
because I will come to this part, but before that, there are some other queries like tell about medical fitness requirement for both legal advisor in PSU and judicial service. There is nothing like this. You can just appear in the medicals, and it's very simple that either in the judicial service or in the PSU. Because what happened when, if I can recall, then when I just went to join in Tripura, then it was all routine checkups, and it will be done in 2 or 3 days, and then your medical fitness will be there, and you will be okay with that, and you will join. So there is nothing difficult for that. It's very simple. Up to what rank we can expect a call? General, OBC, SC/ST. I'm sorry because this year I am unaware about what is the merit and all those things. But when I appeared in 2018, I got a 36 All India rank, and in OBC category it was sixth. And I only applied for the ONGC, so it depends on the seats and how many seats the PSU does have. So if the seats are higher, then obviously the persons will be called with the lower rank in the CLAT. But if the seats are very low, then the merit will be high also. So this is, I think, Prashant Goswami has asked this question. Again, what is the ratio? Ratio is that sometimes in interview it is 1:7, but I am not clear on what basis they are calling. I am not clear about this. Ratio of selection 8 posts. How many people are called for interview? For 8 posts, what I feel it will be almost 30 to 40 people, 25 to 40. Again, are there chances for other PSUs calling applications now? It's the matter of policy of all the PSUs, but what I feel they will certainly start their recruitment process after this pandemic or during this pandemic. If because applications will be invited. Sir, can a student manage both LLM and PSU preparation at a time? It's very simple. There is nothing special in the preparation of a PSU because what happens, you just appear in the written examination of CLAT. So you are required to prepare for CLAT, and after that, it's only your interview part. So if you are smart enough, you are very precise, you are brief, you are bold, and you just present yourself in a good way with all those basic things which I already discussed, then certainly you will qualify the interview. There is no difficulty. What I feel from my perspective. I filed RTI, ONGC, IOCL, Power Grid, and Mail, especially denied for this year. Your query is not clear, Prashant. You filed RTI for what? But I presume you filed RTI for vacancies in all these PSUs. What I feel they will start their recruitment process. And for this, your RTI will be entertained or not. It depends on the administration of consent PSU. Lipak HCA asks, please tell something about experience criteria mandatory for PSU requirements and age, freshers chances for PSU. What happens in all the PSUs almost, they ask for some experience. Like if they are asking for 5 years experience, then certainly we are out. Like freshers are out. What happens in ONGC, what I saw it, or in Power Grid, they ask for the experience of 2 years or 1 year, preferable experience. If it is there, then it will be good. But this is nothing like that. You are not if you are not holding an experience, then you will not perform good in the interview. It's not so, because I was also fresh. I didn't have any experience at all, and I know so many persons who didn't have any experience, but right now they are working as legal advisors on the PSUs. So freshers chances are very high. What I feel, just be ready with all the questions. Sir, I was okay. So now I will come to the sir for judiciary. Yeah, Venugopal Joshi has asked for judiciary. I heard there will be many social restrictions because you have higher responsibilities certainly, and you hold a particular image in the society. So it's not it's not to say that there are so many social restrictions, but it's somehow your way of conduct or your own way of behavior which reflects there. So this is not like there are so many social restrictions in judiciary. All the judicial officers are there. They just perform their obligations, and after that they are free. They just enjoy their personal life. This is not so because the time has changed a little. Only HPC came up with their vacancies.
So there's
Yes,
one more
Prashant.
question. A student is asking whether company law is a part of syllabus for the interview
Yeah.
purpose.
For company, yes. Thank you for reminding me that part. You just go basically with the types of companies like one person company, public company, and all the basic things, winding up of the company, appointment of the director, what are the qualifications or eligibility criteria for the director, different type of shares, very simple things of the company, not in the details. I think, okay. Another question is, what is the general time gap between the uh, CLAT exam results and PSU interview? It's almost 1 to 2 months, but depends on the particular PSU. Uh, so 2 months will be there almost. 1 to 2 months will be there. So am I clear to all you guys? Do you get me what I'm trying to convey? If you can comment, then it will be good for me if I can see that, yes.
So
Okay.
there's one more question from a student that if a
Yeah.
student gets recruitment in between the academic year, how can he complete the academic year?
It depends on whether the PSU will allow them to continue or not. What happened? This is the case with me also. When I joined ONGC, I was pursuing my LLM from Banaras Hindu University. I left SAU and then again took admission in BHU. And meanwhile, I was asked to join in Tripura, and I joined. Then I applied for the permission, but I could not get the permission. Somehow there are certain rules, like in ONGC, it is after 5 years of your service you can get the study leave. And for some, what I just already heard with other PSUs that they just allow, like some other PSUs like Power System Corporation of India, they have allowed certain candidates. I cannot say it very clear, but certain policies are there, they can allow and they allow. So if your university allows you, because LLM is a regular course and your PSU allows you to go complete your academics and then again come back and join the concerned PSU, then you are free to join. Does one join a PSU after CLAT, or we have leave LLM and join PSU? If you will be lucky enough to be there in the PSUs, then just certainly join that. What is the necessity of holding LLM if you are already getting selected in the PSU? If you are not satisfied with your job, then just leave it and pursue LLM and then go for academics or whatever you are willing for. Any other query? Except the queries regarding the judicial services?
No, sir. I guess all the queries are being answered by you. You can continue with the judiciary part.
Yeah, now there are certain other queries which I can keep in my mind. If you want to go for the judicial services, is LLM a good idea? It depends from where you are pursuing LLM, from which university you are pursuing LLM, what is the type of requirement of the course, whether you are required to be there for all the classes or not. Because what happens if the judicial service examination date is out, then you have a very short time. And for this period, you are required to prepare and give your 100%. So what I will say, you can go with the LLM, but if you are really aspiring for the judicial services, then don't go for the LLM and just prepare for your judicial services. But simply, if you are not compelled to appear in the day-to-day classes, if you are not required to submit all the presentations and all other requirements which are there with the traditional courses, then certainly you can prepare the judicial services, because there is no need of studying for 8 to 10 hours or 11 hours or 12 hours or 5 hours or 6 hours. Whenever you have time, you just study. If you have understood the course for once, then it will be easy for you to crack any time. So for me, you can continue with LLM, because I was doing LLM, so I will not suggest you that LLM is not a good idea. But also think that from where you are doing it. So which year LLM will be better, 1 year or 2 year LLM from PSU from the perspective of judiciary? I took for the 2 years. Why? Because nobody knows in the judicial services whether you will be qualified or not. So for me, what I thought that I will do the complete 2 year LLM course, and I will be in BHU because the faculty of BHU is very good. I didn't go for any coaching at all because BHU was sufficient, and I was just there in ONGC after completion of my LLB for 3 or 4 months, or only 1 semester I was in LLM. So when I joined ONGC, I did not get that much time for coaching or anything else. So let me be very clear, for judiciary, you are not required to have any coaching at all. You can study yourself. The course is very clear in all these states. It's simple. You just be precise and you will do it. So if you are trying to complete your LLM as soon as possible, then just go for LLM 1 year. And if you are willing to be there in university and enjoy your student life, then certainly go for 2 years. It's very simple. Just enjoy your preparation, because it cannot be like a load for you. What are the work hours at PSU? Certainly from 9:30 to 5:30, and lunch is also there. It's very easy. In fact, in PSUs, the work-life balance is quite good. The work atmosphere is good. So you will feel good in PSUs. What are okay? Yeah, sure. You can ask GVSHPO. Can I ask a question relating to judiciary and civil services? What is your question? I will certainly reply.
So can you throw light on how to preparation of judiciary and then also working simultaneously?
Yeah. I was just going through the comment of Konar Pratap. He has also asked this question, like UP judiciary. I have 2 questions. First is how to crack the judicial services, and the second one is why will you prefer the judicial services over civil services? It's a very difficult question. I will start with the second one, because unless and until you are clear with your aim and destiny, or what you are passionate about, then certainly for any examination, whether it is a provincial civil service or judicial services or any civil services, you won't qualify that, because it cannot be only a preparation. It's simply following your dreams, following your passion, or following the things which you want to do for your whole life. In judicial services, the nature of work is totally different. The way of living your life is different. In civil services, it is different. I have seen both of the services from a close perspective. In civil services, the things are different. In judicial services, things are different. So it's your own choice what you want to do. In a very layman's language, if I will say, though it may seem not be a very correct statement, but simply, executive magistrate is concerned with the social justice part, and a judicial magistrate is concerned with the justice part. So there may be a little bit difference regarding the function of the work which they perform. So it's all your choice for which service you will go. Certainly for all India services, there may be certain things which are good, like you are open up with the public, you go into the public and you do your duties. But in judicial services, other things are there which do have their own pros and cons. But certainly, if you are willing to function as a judicial officer, it has certain privileges as well as certain responsibilities, certain obligations which you will do. Now, coming to the judiciary part, how to prepare for the judicial services or how to crack it. Simply, I will say two or three things. While working, you can crack the judicial services first. Second, while working in PSU, you can also crack the judicial services. Third, you have all the options to shift in between PSU and judicial services if you are willing. So I will suggest to go for the PSU and then again go for the judicial services, and whatever you like, you just stay there. It's not that much difficult because if you have already been graduate of law, then you certainly know all the things. You know the basic things, all the apps, and the basic way of dealing with law. So you can prepare for that. And for preparation part, it's not that much difficult that you cannot manage with your work as well as your preparation. And now how to prepare for that? So first thing is that you should be clear that whether you are willing for the judicial services or for the PSU. Because once you have prepared for the PSU, then to be very honest, the course for PSU or CLAT is not that much vast as the judicial services. So if you have already gone through the CLAT part, then certainly it will help in preparation of your judicial services. Like what happens for some states, for UP, for example, in pre-jurisprudence is there, almost 20 questions are there from jurisprudence. And what happened in 2018 or 17 or 16, from jurisprudence only almost 50 questions were there. So a person who has prepared for the CLAT, he has very good command over the jurisprudence, and it was the edge in the prelims of the UP Judicial Services. So you just go for all the things. You just prepare for CLAT, then you just start your preparation with the judicial services, because judicial services has certainly a vast syllabus in comparison to the PSUs or CLAT. So there will be no difficulty, and you can go for the judicial services. Now, what are the things which will keep in your mind? So just be clear and be determined and passionate that what you are going to be. Because unless and until you will enjoy your passion or your dream, it will be very difficult for you to follow the difficult path of the preparation or competition. So first thing, you should always be clear that look, you wanna be a judicial officer, and this is the first thing which you must keep in your mind. And after that, you should look for the papers of at least 10 years, previous year papers. If you have gone through the previous year papers of 10 years, then it will be very easy for you to just be clear what the questions will be and what is the area of study and how much to study and what not to study, how much you will leave. So these are the things which are very important. Unless and until you know that how much you are required to study, it will be very difficult for you to cover all the syllabus. So once you are clear, so I may say the delineation of the syllabus part, so you just do it. Now start with a particular paper, like whatever paper you will select, IPC, Constitution, Contract, Jurisprudence, Civil Procedure Code, CRPC, Criminal Procedure Code, Indian Evidence Act is there, tort will be there, Specific Relief Act will be there, local laws of the states will be there, Hindu laws, Muslim laws, family laws, Transfer of Property Act. All these acts are very important and they will be there. So how you will start the preparation? Sorry. Excuse me. So whenever you will go, I will start with the procedural part, like Criminal Procedure Code, Civil Procedure Code, evidence, because this is common in all the states. So what I will suggest, when you will go with the CRPC, just think like a magistrate, a judicial magistrate or executive magistrate, what the chapter demands. Like if you are studying the chapter of arrest, just think like a police officer. How he will make the arrest, what are the procedural safeguards regarding arrest, what are the rights of the arrested persons, what are the conditions in which he may arrest without a warrant. So if you feel that if you are an investigation officer or a police officer, then how you will exercise your powers, how you will act in a particular condition. So these will be given in the chapter of arrest. After this, when chapter of investigation starts, just feel like the investigation officer of a particular case, how you will proceed with the investigation, how you will just do all the investigation, how you will interact with the court, like section 164 is there and other sections are there. So just feel like the concerned authority when you are dealing with the chapters in the CRPC. So if you will feel this, then certainly it will be easy for you to mug up all the things and to remember all the concepts and all the sections in a very easy way. Similarly, if you are suppose that reading the chapter of bail, then just think like a session judge or like a magistrate, whatever the section requires you. So simply go through this. And after this, when you are dealing with the civil procedure code, then what I will suggest, after coming into the service, I just got this experience, or what I can say, you just get the judgments of the lower courts. If you are a Hindi medium student, then certainly go for the Hindi judgments. Like in Uttar Pradesh, all the judgments of the lower courts are in Hindi, available on the concerned district court's website. And if you are an English medium student, then for Delhi it will be there, and you may check it. You may get. For civil procedure, if you read the judgments, or for criminal or for evidence, then certainly you will get a good insight regarding the proceedings, how they happen, and you will connect your studies or your concepts with all the practical things. So just you may do it if you are comfortable enough with that. And for all the Bare Acts are very must for that. And after that, for prelims part, apart from your studies, what are some other books which are very required? Look, I just completed my LLB in English medium, but for prelims I don't have that much time because I was working. So I just got the book of Ghatna Chakra in Hindi. It's a very good book. In fact, there are questions of all the states in that book. Or if you are a Hindi medium student, then you just get the universal practice book, or M.A. Rashid is there. And for other papers like for CRPC, CPC, IPC, there are so many books. So you just go through them, the short books, and just solve all the MCQs, and it will be very easy for you for the prelims part. Just only go through that. And अगर आप हिंदी में भी सक्षम हैं और आप कंफर्टेबल हैं, तो आप आराम से लॉ फाइटर की बुक आती है, या घटना चक्र तो मैंने आपको बता ही दिया, अलग अलग पेपर्स की भी घटना चक्र आती है, उसको ले लीजिए, उसको सॉल्व करिए, बहुत अच्छी किताब है। उसके साथ साथ सॉल्व करने के साथ साथ आप सारे कॉन्सेप्ट्स को भी देखते जाइए, या पर्टिकुलर जो क्वेश्चन उससे रिलेटेड सेक्शंस हो गए या जितने केस क्लॉज हो गए वो सारे आप देख लीजिए, अलग नोट्स बना लीजिए। Yes, question is there. How you manage to study Hindi for translation and legal words for UP Judiciary? अरे भाई, हिंदी में ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि जो आपको मैनेज करना पड़ेगा। इट्स अ वेरी गुड लैंग्वेज, एंड आपको अगर यूपी जुडिशियल सर्विसेज में आना है तो सर्टेनली आफ्टर कमिंग इन द जुडिशियल सर्विसेज यू विल बी वर्किंग इन द हिंदी ऑल्सो। बट बिफोर दैट ट्रांसलेशन पार्ट के लिए या किसी और पार्ट के लिए आपको I presume and I know that you have all the requisite knowledge regarding the Hindi, and you will easily do it. There will be no difficulty, I can assure you. And now एक चीज मैं आपको और सजेस्ट करना चाहूंगा कि आप वो घटना चक्र या जो लॉ फाइटर की बुक है, वो बहुत पतली पतली किताबें हैं। आप आईपीसी, सीआरपीसी, एविडेंस, सीपीसी अगर हिंदी में पढ़ सकते हैं तो उसके थ्रू एक बार जरूर पढ़िए। हिंदी भाषी क्षेत्रों की परीक्षाओं की वो बहुत ही आसान है, काफी सिंपली आपको पूरे कोर्स का आइडिया लग जाएगा। Now after that, yeah, I have discussed about CRPC, CPC, and the same strategy may be followed in the evidence. It's a very short act. You must remember all these sections like 1 to 167, barring a few sections which are not that much important. And for constitution, it is presumed that if you have secured a very good rank in CLAT, then you will certainly be knowing all the constitutional law. And if you do not, then just go through all the concepts, remind all those articles which are important, and solve MCQs as much as you can. Please tell again the name of that book for Hindi. In UP, it is the name of Law Fighter. So if you are appearing for other states also, then you can get that, because all the things are there in the book, Law Fighter. There are so many books. You can get any book जो कि थोड़ी सी पतली हो और जिसमें आप आराम से जिसके थ्रू जा सकें, वो आप ले लीजिए। क्योंकि एक बार तो मैं इस बुक के साथ ये भी कहूँगा कि पहले जितनी भी हैं आप किताबों से पढ़ लीजिए, और
बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस होते हैं तुक्की को लेकर के, जो दिल्ली में चलती है, जैन की या सिंघल। लेट मी बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट, वो बहुत अच्छी किताब है। अगर आप किताबों के साथ अगर उसके थ्रू जाते हैं तो इट विल वर्क। आप उसे भी प्रेफर कर सकते हैं, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। मेंस राइटिंग में इट विल बी हेल्पफुल फॉर यू। So this is the way in which you prepare for the judicial services. I may be sorry that I took a little long time for the judicial services also, though it was not desired or it was not within my domain in this particular meeting. But I thought it relevant to mention all the things. For interview part, this will be the same. And if the organizer will think, then he or she may invite me again for the judicial services part. Now, some queries are there for more tips for PSU. Uh, if I can ask you, what sort of tips, like in which field, which I maybe forgot to tell you. So kindly mention that. I will tell you that part also. So, in general, what I will suggest for PSU constitution, you must prepare, and JN Pandey will be enough, or you can go through VN Sukla, or but I will suggest that for the chapter fundamental right, directive principles of state policy, relationship between both of them, amendment, parliamentary privileges, independence of judiciary, separation of power, constitutionalism, you should go through MP Jan. But for other things, it will be simply just go through with the Jain Pandey. Sir, in interview, if I handle a question very badly, how to recover back? Okay. This also happens a lot while you are appearing for the any interview. Look, I just share my own experience in UP Judicial Service interview. What happened when I just appeared? Then there was a question from jurisprudence, like, do you know about the living law theory of jurisprudence? So what happens in judicial services of UP? It is rare that questions are being asked from jurisprudence, though there may be questions from any subject. But I replied the question, and then again the question was from jurisprudence. What do you understand by social engineering theory? I again gave the answer which was best to my knowledge. Then again the question was that how do you connect the things in India with the social engineering theory? Then I again replied the question anyhow. Then again there was a question, what do you think about the minority educations in reference to the social engineering theory? Then I replied. Then again there was a question, give us example of social engineering theory in India. Then again I replied. So certainly it was a chain and it was going on. Somehow what happened, there was a time when I was a little bit like, oh my god, what is happening? But now the thing is how to handle the question. Simply just think for a while. If you have given the answer in a wrong way, just think again. Just stop for a few seconds, not that much, but only for 5 seconds, 6 seconds, and just think in yourself what you should say, and then again start the answer. And in case the question is theoretical in nature, then just put forward your ideas. If the question is factual in nature, then certainly say sorry, because uh, facts cannot be like, you cannot say that this fact is this or something this. Fact will be fact. So for that part, you must avoid that part, or you will simply say, sir, I am sorry. Or somebody also may say that, sir, uh, I could not. I could not know to the best of my knowledge. These may be simple things to answer. This will not happen because you will reply somehow in the interview. Uh, if it is possible to reply, if you can reply regarding the concept, you just reply. I think this question is also done. Look, for interview part, if you guys are thinking that it will be difficult, then as much you are confident in your interview, that much it will be very good for you, and it will be very easy for you, because once you are comfortable enough in the interview, then certainly you will answer all those things. But if you are or if you are not clear, then it will be very difficult for you. my headphone discharged. Certainly.
So I guess you have
Can you hear
answered
me?
all the queries of the students, and this session was very knowledgeable, and your insights must have helped the students a lot. You are an inspiration to many of them, and to us also. Thank you again on behalf of the entire Lex Templum team and the student community for giving your valuable time and power and inspiring everybody. We hope to connect with you soon with respect to judicial services preparation. And again, thank you for
Thank you. Thank you, Bakshi, for inviting me here and to talk with these young bright minds of tomorrow. And I felt very good while discussing all the things because it was also my phase when I was there for the preparation, and I also went through all these things like what to do, what not to do, how to do, and what not. So just forget all those things. You should just remain happy, be calm, be patient, enjoy your life, and you will do all these things. Thank you again for invitation.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
From Team Lex Templum, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.